Well, welcome Sharon Boyle from Moneypenny. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us here today. Sharon, can you tell us what are the top three business challenges that have been felt by estate agents this year that have led them to Moneypenny in 2022?
Gosh, it's lovely to see you as well. I think there are three main areas. But for us, the phones are still ringing off the hook in agencies. We know how incredibly busy it is out there, and people are still wanting to move. They're still wanting to buy, sell, and rent. So for Moneypenny, we can obviously help with the telephone calls on an overflow basis and capture those leads that potentially agents are missing. Then I believe over the last couple of years we've all become pretty needy and we like things to be there 24/7. So that's when live chat comes into its own. We can have dedicated live chat receptionists manning your website, looking after your window of your agency, and at the wee small hours of the morning when people are making inquiries, we're there for you, again making sure that leads aren't missed. And then, of course, on the back of those two services, there's been a lack of stock. The phones have been ringing off, but agents don't have enough properties. You know you've got the data, you know you've got the prospects and the old leads to call, but have you got time to do it? We know how incredibly busy everybody is. So our outbound calling service is a real boon to those agents that just don't have time to make those outbound calls and prospect and warm up leads and find out what's going on with their old prospects.
And obviously, Sharon, with Moneypenny, we think of you also as the inbound calls, don't we? So can you explain a little bit about how this is different and how your outbound calling solutions actually work?
Of course I can. Everybody knows about answering calls. If your phone's ringing, let Moneypenny answer it. We do a fantastic job. But born out of the pandemic, as I said, stock shortages, we realised that our agency clients, our property clients, really needed that extra hand making outbound calls. We have a dedicated property trained outbound team at Moneypenny who solely make calls for our property clients. As I say, that could be anything from taking old data pots, warming up people, prospects who made inquiries before the pandemic but you've not heard of since, giving them a call, finding out what that situation is at the moment. Are they interested in moving again? What's their lifestyle like? Making those calls and getting those really valuable leads. Perhaps people haven't thought about your agency for a while. We could certainly make that outbound friendly call and put them back on, you back on that radar.
And I suppose with your outbound calling, with the people that work for you on that, they must be so well trained across the board for getting, your prospective clients back on board, right?
Absolutely. A lot of our outbound property team have come from telephone answering from the property team there. So they're used to dealing with agencies day in, day out. They know the right language to use. They know what's important. They understand the conversations to have. They'll just do it from Moneypenny in Wrexham rather than being in your back office in your agency. We're offering a 2-week free trial of our telephone answering and our live chat services, but we're also offering a discounted 4-week proof of concept of our outbound calling service, so you can try it, you can see how good it is, and you can see what a difference it makes to your time that you just don't seem to have in your agency, and how we can do those tasks for you.
That's fantastic. And can you provide us some real results and benefits that have been seen by agents who have been using this service from Moneypenny, and just tell us a bit more about that offer again?
Of course. Absolutely. So with the proof of concept, have a look at those data pots that you've not managed to make outbound calls on. Who asked for a market appraisal before pandemic or even during pandemic? Who wanted their house valuing but then didn't come to fruition, didn't come to market? We'll make those calls for you and make those appointments, those market appraisals, and get people interested again. Perhaps it's something that they're thinking about but just haven't made that phone call or that live chat inquiry. We can go back on their radar and absolutely look at getting more stock for you. Not only that, We can do, feedback from viewings. So have you got time to phone up your viewings? Are you that busy that you're not collating the feedback from viewing appointments? We can also do that for you. We can just be that friendly voice at the end of the phone, making that outbound call that you and your team haven't got time to do.
Fantastic stuff. We're always friendly from Moneypenny. Such a lovely team you've got there. And Sharon, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.